It's Heady time on Digesting Beer with Stefan. Alright, another spoil from the pilgrimage to Stowe, Vermont, where we waited in line for less than 45 minutes to get a case of Heady Topper, Crusher, and Focal Banger, but this is the Heady Topper. I split a can of this a couple nights ago with my friend right after we got it. Liked it a lot. Thought it was actually milder than the other two IPAs they had, and perhaps that's where the universal appeal and love of Heady Topper comes from. This is probably canned a couple days ago because they ran out on the weekend before 4th of July. 5th of July is a good time to go to Vermont or anywhere because there aren't too many people. And you probably already know all about Heady Topper if you're watching this. 8% alcohol, they've been making it for 10 years. Most highly sought after beer in the world, sort of. And I guess they haven't changed the recipe too much. It's been tweaked around. I don't know if they add too many new hop varieties to it, or else it would be pretty different from the way it was back when everyone was searching it out. But I think they do play around with the hops a little bit. And it's not too hazy. I've seen pretty hazy, chunky Heady Topper before, but the couple cans we've had didn't have any chunks in them. I think eventually some stuff will fall to the bottom, but that Crusher can I had actually had literal bits of hot pellet that came to the bottom. This one, we'll see. I didn't pour the bottom in there, but all these Alchemist beers have a really beautiful, thick, soapy head that sticks around for quite a while because they are very, very hoppy. But I don't remember this one being extremely bitter nor extremely aromatic. It has a very nice aroma, definitely, yeah. But I wasn't smelling it all over the room immediately when I opened it, but it's strong. There's probably a lot of Amarillo hops going on in this one. Because there's just a little bit of that fresh green resinous quality, but plenty of orange, all sorts of orange juice, orange peel, clementine, tangerine, whatever kind of orange you can imagine is in this beer. And I haven't had any sips yet. Didn't even pour the whole can, but like this thick head is still sticking around. It doesn't smell too vegetal and green or oniony or garlicky or anything like that. Like a lot of Hill Farmstead beers I had the day that we picked this up. It's kind of a just slightly dank aroma. There's lots of oranges, very, very light pine. I don't get too much pine. That might pop up later in its age. Maybe just some sort of tropical stone fruits, but it's not like a pineapple peach explosion like Mosaic and Citra beers might be. Yeah, it's somewhere between a classic citrusy West Coast aroma and a softer, kind of more stone fruit, more New England style one. It looks hazier on the camera than it does here. I can see my finger pretty good through it. It's nothing like Trillium or Treehouse or Bissell Brothers, but it has a pretty firm haze. But it looks pretty, I guess, and clean, clear, no chunks, no like falling yeast sediment or anything. It's a very approachable look, even though it is a little bit cloudy. And there's a little bit of some honey, malt sweetness. It's not quite grape, purple drink flavor. Maybe a little bit. There could be some Simcoe hops in here too, probably. I'm guessing Simcoe and maybe Centennial, but it's not too big on the pine, lemon, bitter citrus peel, and it's a sort of softer citrus with some stone fruit apricot, I would say. Quite a bit of sweet malt in the flavor. It follows with that the orangey aroma, pretty much. There's a little bit of a dank, spicy, pungent quality in it, but it's really mellow. The bitterness after half the glass might stick around more, but it's super pleasant beer. kind of mellow for being so packed with hop flavor. Mellow in the bitterness and the booze. But very much like the most extreme, complex, fruity flavor you can get from old school IPA hops, I would say. Uh-oh, cat's me on. But it's really, really pleasant. And I hadn't had this for like almost a year when I finally got this batch. It's very nice. It's something that you can easily sip a couple of them, and I think I understand the appeal now. It's not the most massively bitter or most fruity in your face IPA or most aromatic IPA out there, but it's one that just has the perfect level of sweetness, bitterness, and plenty of fruity hop flavor to make just about anyone happy. It's very different from the Crusher. The Crusher at first seemed like a just very sweet affair, but then like the bitterness really comes in and all the booze. But this one does not seem too boozy. There's a little heat in my throat, but the booze doesn't really come through in the smell very much at all. And there's just a little bit of drying bitterness, but a good amount of malt sweetness. Kind of honey-like. Sort of grains, sort of a Honey Nut Cheerios sweetness from the malt, I would say. But it's really pleasant. I definitely like this one more than the Crusher. I'll probably give it like a 90. Because it's just sort of masterful recipe. And since they've been doing this beer for 10 years or more, they've really got it figured out exactly how to make it the most pleasant, packed with hops experience that like just about anyone can enjoy. Unless anyone gives you an IPA and you, in your head, decide you don't want it. But yeah, my friend Zach, who's been here doing reviews with me, we went and got this. He said this was his favorite one of all the Alchemist beers. And I think that kind of proves and shows that and why that this beer is one of the most sought after ones in the world. So I'll probably just go with the 90 for Heady Topper. Au revoir.